Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzzin Pattaya, the show where we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. Now, today's show is slightly different. Normally, we do two parts. Today it's a one-part show. Joining me on the show is Diego. Diego, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Trevor.
So,
nice to see you.
This is something that we need your help with, and it's nothing to do with me, so don't think this is anything. I've got no interaction with this company whatsoever. They came to me and said, look, can I ask you guys what you actually think about the proposal that we're going to discuss? Because what we're going to do is hopefully change the way that we pay things for in bars and clubs, etc., aren't we?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, so should we mention the dreaded word now? Let's mention the dreaded word now. Bitcoin. Yeah, there you go. Everyone's going delete, 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 delete. No, seriously, guys. Right, listen. This is going to be something which I think could be really good if it works. And I want your opinion, I want your feedback. So everyone understands about Bitcoin. Some people interact on it, some people don't, and some people made a lot of money, and some people sadly have lost money. But what you're trying to do now, and correct me if I've got this wrong, you're going to bring Bitcoin, and you're looking to bring Bitcoin into the entertainment industry. Is that correct?
Right, as a next step. So at the moment we're having those POS systems to pay in Bitcoin,
yeah.
Especially for real estate and currency exchange at the moment. But we are trying to look to go to the nightlife, because I mean we're in Pattaya and the nightlife is a big part of it. So
really?
We would small.
So in terms of this POS system you've got here, now let's break it down. So first and foremost, then what you want to do is you want to go to the bars and the clubs and the restaurants here in the city and say, look guys, if we provide you with this point of sale system and people that are in the crypto wallet situation, you're going to try and set that up so you can pay for stuff a lot more easily than what you can currently. Is that correct?
Right. So what we want to do is we want to give the people the opportunity to come to Thailand without bringing traditional fiat money with them. Mm-hmm. So you can come to Thailand, you just bring your Bitcoin, your cryptocurrency, and you will be able to pay quite anything to buy a house, to buy a car, to pay for a school, to pay bills in the hospital, in the beauty clinic, so as well nightlife, of course. So we really want to give the people who have Bitcoin the chance come to Thailand, and you can do anything in Bitcoin.
And what you need is the feedback from our channel to say to prospective customers, look, we did this with Buzzin, we had 100, 200, 300, 400 positive replies. Now you want to go to those places, such as like here, for instance, where we are now, where with the Robin Hood in the Avenue. It could be a possibility that in 6 months' time, maybe we can come in here to the Robin Hood, have meals and drinks, and pay with
I really hope so.
Okay,
I really hope so.
All right, so talk me through the process. I mean, how does it work? So I've got a crypto wallet. I wish, but I don't have. I ain't got the guts to have a go. But let's say I've got a crypto wallet and I've got a healthy balance, and I want to go out for the evening. I go into the bar. Let's say I come into the Robin Hood, and I have a meal and some drinks. I watch some sport, whatever. Mm-hmm. How do I pay?
Well, finally, if you request the bill to pay, Robinhood, in this case, they would issue a sell ticket over the amount what you have to pay.
Right. So their staff will produce this.
Right. This is the POS system, having here the QR code on it. And the customer finally just scan this QR code. Okay, so hold it there then.
So the staff have got this system.
Right.
They will come up to me and present me with this QR code.
Exactly.
And then in my crypto wallet, I have the ability to scan this to make a payment. Is that correct?
Correctly. Right.
Okay, so I scan it, I make my payment. Now what happens?
When you make the payment, approximately within 1 or maximum 2 minutes, second receipt will come from the device. For Robinhood, they know they have the money, they receive.
Okay, so as far as they're concerned then, I've made the payment and the payment has been accepted in the system.
Right.
Okay, okay.
And then a second receipt is coming out, and then the Robinhood staff, they know, okay, it's paid.
And that second receipt, do you give that to the customer?
The second receipt is for the Robinhood.
For the Robinhood, okay. So the Robinhood get a copy of the second receipt.
Right.
What do I get?
The first receipt.
I keep this one.
Right, you can keep this one. Okay. Here's the price, here's the exchange rate, the Bitcoin price, the Thai baht price, all the informations are here.
Come in, have our food, or go to a bar, whatever we're doing, comes to the payment and say, okay, check bin, and that situation is they print this out, I blip it, they wait 1 or 2 minutes, they get their confirmation to say they've had payment, I take this, I say, right, thank you very much, and I can leave.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, well that's straightforward. I mean, that's very similar to a credit card, isn't it?
It is similar to a credit card. Finally, it is very similar. The only difference is you're gonna pay in Bitcoin directly from your wallet,
right?
And not in the traditional fiat money.
Okay, and what I want to know is when I go out. I mean, you're obviously going to approach a lot of businesses, a lot of restaurants and bars, etc. How will I know that I can utilize this system? Are you going to have like some sign on the wall? Is there going to be somewhere where I walk out, oh, I can pay by Bitcoin and I can go in there and enjoy myself?
Right. We're going to have the platform paybitcoin.in.th.
Okay.
Which going to be a guide for people coming to Thailand having crypto, where they can see, hey, where can I pay with crypto? So
right.
agogos, real estate companies, car shops, hospitals, whatever. You can just go to paybitcoin.in.th, and there you're gonna see all the merchants accepting crypto.
So what you're offering here then, are you kind of like the first credit card style operation but for Bitcoin?
Right. Similar. We're the first payment provider in Thailand for Bitcoin, but I would say we're more complete as we're also having the platform where, on the one hand, the merchants can advertise. On the other side, the people gonna see, hey, where I can pay in Bitcoin, because there are thousands of bars.
Okay.
Not all of them gonna accept, so the people really gonna see anything on the website where they can.
Understood. All right. So I understand, and correct me if I got this wrong, but I understand that Bitcoin is very volatile. So like one day it's up here, then it's down, then it's up, then it's down.
Right.
Let's just say that it's up. And let's say I've made a really significant improvement on my bank balance or my crypto wallet, and I want to go out and I want to just have a great night. I think, do you know what? We've had a brilliant day. I'm going to go and rack up like 20, 30, 40,000 bahts worth of bin. Does that change the timing in the process of paying, or is everything just exactly the same?
It's the same. Finally, it's always the same process.
It's always the same process. So irrelevant.
It's always the same process. If it's a high payment or if it's a low payment. I mean, we're doing it also for real estate. There we're talking from very, very different
Let me interrupt you, right? If my bin is the size of buying a condo here, trust me, I'm on the first flight out of here, because clearly things are not going too good.
You don't need too many Bitcoins to buy a condominium nowadays.
All right, so question then. So I've gone into a bar, I've had some fun, I'm coming to pay, got my slip, get my wallet out, blip it, and it doesn't work. What do I do then?
Check your own wallet, first of all.
Okay, so
it has to usually it has to
but
work.
credit cards get declined.
The credit card get declined. The POS system can be broke because the stuff let it fall and they cannot use the screen or something. Of course, there's always something can happen. What are you gonna do with the credit card? With the credit card, you're gonna have to leave the shop, go to an ATM, get the cash. We are working together with the currency exchange. So instead of going to an ATM, you would then need to go to a currency exchange, send them your Bitcoin, getting the cash.
Okay.
And
so
pay
when you're saying a currency
cash.
exchange, just elaborate on that for me. So are you saying you're going to approach like all the currency exchange booths here in the city centre to implement the ability for Bitcoin holders to be able to exchange Bitcoin for cash?
Right.
Okay,
right.
So if I do come in, there's a problem, I can go to a TT exchange, say here's my Bitcoin wallet, and they'll transfer the money.
Right, they're gonna do exactly the same thing. They're gonna issue the receipt.
Okay.
You're gonna send the Bitcoin, and then you're gonna receive the Thai baht.
So I guess the next question then has to be charges, because like a credit card, we spoke about credit cards. Mm-hmm. There is a credit card charge.
Right.
So if I go out, let's just say I spend 5,000 baht and I'm going to pay with my crypto wallet using your facility. How much does it cost me? What do I pay?
The additional fees for you as a customer are going to be about 2.9%.
Okay.
We need to take these fees because we are guaranteeing to the merchant that they receive what they type into the system. And in the time when the transaction is over the blockchain, this can take 20, 30, 40 minutes. Bitcoin is volatile, so if the exchange rate gonna change, right, the merchants still need to receive the
so that
120
you just touched on the 20, 30, 40 minutes there. That transaction, that period of time that we're now talking about, that doesn't affect me as the guy that's paid, does it?
Not at all.
So I've paid, blipped it, you've got your transformation, your confirmation paperwork.
Right.
I can now leave?
You can leave. Right.
Okay, and then what happens now between the POS system and the bank account may take 30, 40 minutes, but that's just transferring the money out of my account that they've already taken and put it into their holding account, and that now goes into the Robinhood's account.
Right, your Bitcoin transaction is then pending, and for 20, 30, 40 minutes, depends on how busy the blockchain is. And after the Bitcoin are exchanged to Thai baht and automatically withdrawn to the bank account of, for example, Robinhood's Tower.
Okay, well, all right, that sounds pretty good. So we haven't really uncovered any flaws yet, have we? I mean, there's no sort of like negativity here. It seems to be, if you're going to dive into the Bitcoin world and you've made some profit, then you're trying to establish a means of being able to spend that money rather than spending hard-earned cash.
Right.
Okay, all right. Well, guys, I mean, you know, I'm not into Bitcoin, and as I said to you at the beginning of this video, and I'm going to say it again, I have got no allegiance to this company whatsoever. I'm just literally, we sat down and said, look, you know, why don't we ask you guys, because I've got a brilliant audience. And what do you think, guys? You know, if you are into Bitcoin, do you think this is a service that you would use? You know, if you could go into an go-go bar and say, hey guys, listen, I want to pay my bill. I mean, would you need to tell them in advance, or would you just go in and just say, oh, when it comes to paying, I want to pay? Or do I need to walk in and say, hi, I want to order my drinks, but I'm going to use Bitcoin wallet?
You don't need to tell them.
Don't need to
because
tell them. Okay,
if they have the POS, it will be ready
if
to
it's
use.
there, it's there. Okay, it's right. So yeah, I mean, how do you guys feel, you know, if you are into the Bitcoin? And I know some of you, like me, don't get involved, and that's not the discussion point today. So please, you know, let's not have the, oh, Bitcoin's a scam, blah, blah, blah. That's irrelevant, okay, because we're not in it. But the guys that are in it, that are using this system and they're making their money, etc., would you use this system? Because even though I'm not in Bitcoin, I have to say, I would use that, yeah. If I was man enough to have a go, but I'm not, so I can't. But I would. Now, I know that you mentioned you've got something happening tomorrow, haven't you? There's a big show you've got tomorrow. On
the 26th, we're gonna have an event with about 50 real estate agents at once Pattaya, where also the legal part's gonna be discussed.
Okay.
How does it work on the legal side? How's the accounting of these companies? How they have to do the accounting?
Okay.
So yes, we're
exciting times.
Going ahead. Absolutely, very exciting times at the moment, and I really hope if the quarantine stops for Thailand, anyone can come here again, and anyone will be able to pay Bitcoin.
Please, let's not talk about quarantine. I've had it up to here, and I haven't even left the country. But I'm so, you know, I feel for the guys that are on the channel. You know, every day they're desperate to come over, and I understand why. But I mean, totally. Why did you come to Pattaya to do this first? Why not Bangkok? Because that's a huge, it's the capital. That's the leading point. Why not go there?
Well, we are also in Bangkok. We're also working together with a few companies in Bangkok.
Okay.
But as our company is located in Pattaya, we said we're going to use Pattaya as a testing market. We're going to look how it is here, because it's the audience is great, because it's a worldwide audience in Pattaya. People coming from all over the world, and but it is planned, of course, to use the system all over Thailand within the next years.
I'm kind of laughing because my head's racing ahead of me here. I'm just trying to think to myself, imagine if you walk down like somewhere like Soy 6, and you know you've been in the bar, you've had your fun, you've paid for everything, and you decide to have some company join you for the rest of the evening, and then when it comes to the transaction, they say, oh, hang on, I'll just get me POS out, you can pay by Bitcoin.
You pay by Bitcoin.
Can you imagine that? I mean, it's just like, but I mean, it would make sense though if you are able to implement this, because it is a valid currency that people can exchange, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, at the moment we have about 150,000 new people coming into the ecosystem per day. It's growing rapidly. I mean, we're talking of over $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin now. So I wouldn't say it's a small currency. It's if you reach $1 trillion market cap.
Are you in it?
Quite, of course.
Are you? Right. Well, you're grinning now, but I'm going to ask you an uncomfortable question now. I'm going to ask you 2 questions, and if you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer.
Okay.
But as a Bitcoin trader or someone that does that, so what's the most amount of Bitcoin you've made in one day?
Oh, in one day?
Yeah.
In one day, it's a few thousand dollars. But
And on the other side of the coin, what's the most you've lost?
Of course, a few $1,000s as well. That's
Brilliant.
I mean, that's quite, you know,
I love that.
If the portfolio gonna has some value, and then it goes up by 10% or it goes down by 10%, and that's daily.
It's a bit like going to the horse races for me. You know, you look at the form guide and think, okay, I'll have a crack at this one. You put 25 quid on, and it's like 3-1 or whatever, and you think you're watching it.
But it's 24/7. But it's 24/7. It's not just for one race.
But then when it wins, you think to yourself, well, do I go again? Shall I have another go? And you always get your profit, and you spend your profit and think, oh, this is a dead cert, and it comes in last. You know, but I mean, obviously there's a lot more strategic work involved in how you're making the money, and that's another story altogether.
Absolutely.
But I really do like this. You know, I think, is there any negative side for the businesses to use this? Is there any catch for them? Do they have to pay like a membership or anything like that?
Well, there is a deposit for the device to use of 5,500 baht, but that's it. Negative side, I wouldn't say that there are negative sides, because the merchant itself, they get the money quicker as with a credit card, and they get what they type into the device, not like a credit card where they type in and then they get 98.5% or something. The merchants get 100% of the
So whatever the bin
they
is,
type in.
whatever the bin is. So if I present my customer with a bin for 1,000 baht and they want to do this system, when the money hits my account, it will be 1,000 baht.
1,000 baht straight, right?
Okay, and the customer that uses it will pay a little bit extra, just like you would with a credit card.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so let's just ask a question now then, that you've got this in place, and I mean, how many places are you looking for before you actually start doing this? I mean, do you need 10 to say yes, 20 to say yes, in terms, not of the people watching, but I'm talking in terms of businesses? How many do you need set up ready before we can say to the Buzzin audience, for argument's sake, and everyone else, guys, if you're in the Bitcoin system, now you can come into Robinhood and you can pay with Bitcoin for your food and drinks?
It's planned to have at least 1,000 merchants Thailand-wide until end of the year.
End of this year.
In this year, we're planning to set up at least 1,000 merchants. I mean, there are 2,400 currency exchanges only. So it's a lot of companies which could use our device. At the moment, we're talking with many companies, with bigger, with smaller companies, to having this testing phase. But I really hope until end of the year we're gonna have approximately 1,000.
And has anybody in the merchant side of it said no? Anybody declined?
What I really have to say, we do a lot. We visit the people, we go to the people, and it's really most or quite all of them are very positive about it. Even if they don't know Bitcoin, they say, okay, I think at the moment is a good time to do it, because Elon Musk, Tesla, they bought into Bitcoin for $1.5 billion. So the people have Bitcoin in their minds.
There's a name drop there, wasn't it? A nice little name drop in there.
Right, it's absolutely, it's a perfect time.
Yeah.
I guess if we have done the same like a year before, maybe the reactions wouldn't be as positive as they are now, because it's really the media is in, the people talking about Bitcoin. So I think it's really the perfect time at the moment to start with a project like this.
So when you come here in the city and you roll this system out, you mentioned by the end of the year you're looking at 1,000 outlets that you can utilize this system in.
Right.
I mean, what's your long-term plans? Because I'm guessing that if this progresses and it progresses in a positive way, then I'm assuming that, you know, this will be forever and a day. You'll just continually keep adding and adding and adding. Is that the way forward? Is that how you're going to do it?
Absolutely, absolutely. So what we're planning to do first of all is to set up Thailand. Good. That anything is working, and if Thailand is working, finally we can go to any other country because it's our solution. We have done the programming, everything is done by ourselves. So finally we can connect it to another exchange in another country, and it's gonna work.
Okay, brilliant. Well, I guess that's your Lamborghini out there, is it?
Not yet.
Don't know why I'm laughing. Mine's the moped. All right. Well, listen, it's been brilliant talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, for your
guys.
time.
You know, I just want to ask you, please. You know, you're an amazing audience, and you always interact with every video that we make. So please, I don't want us to get into the whole, is Bitcoin a good thing or a bad thing? That's not the question. The question is, if you were to have a Bitcoin wallet and you could go into a bar or into a club or a restaurant with your Bitcoin wallet and this POS system was available to use, would you use it to pay for your goods and services? Guys, please drop the comments below, let us know. And it really is important because, you know, from this video, we want to be able to go, well, not me, but they want to go off, speak to places and say, look, you know, we watched the Buzzin survey, here we go, we got 300 positive replies. This is something we'd like to put in, and you never know. You know, we might be instrumental in changing the demographic of how you pay for stuff in a go-go bar. Talk about buzzing, eh? How about buzzing? All right, that's it. Well, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. All I'll say, guys, is please drop your comments below. Let's keep it real, but please, what do you honestly think? Tell us your thoughts. All right, please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Don't forget, check out our members area, because as I've said to you many times before, we are negotiating discounts in and around all the businesses here, so all our members can benefit from that. And join our Telegram group. We've got over 2,000 people now between the photos and the chat group. It's going fantastic. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and please, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.
Stay safe. See you.